Sol, Birth of the Colossus, Assembling Pilgrim X2, the year 2097. The world held its breath. This wasn't in anticipation of war, nor a breakthrough medical discovery. It was a day when humanity, divided by global government into two major spheres of influence, the Eastern Federation and the Western Confederation, united in silent awe, aware of a marvel of engineering and vision. Today, Pilgrim X2, an interstellar sheet, a symbol of the unwavering will to expand, was to be born. The global broadcast, conducted from the interconnected media centers in New Beijing and New Washington, pulsed with energy. Holographic screens rose in city centers, and personal AR interfaces displayed every detail live in homes and workplaces. Commentators, experienced in covering events of historical significance, barely concealed their excitement. "It's not just a ship," whispered Kara Desai of the Eastern Federation, her voice almost lyrical. "It's a manifestation of our future, living proof that boundaries exist only to be crossed." On the other side of the globe, Jack Harding of the Western Confederation, usually cynical, now looked moved. "I never thought I'd see something like this with my own eyes," he admitted, pointing to a gigantic visualization of the launch. The spectacle began in the Atacama Desert, at the heart of the new Ares Prime launch complex, fictional yet evocative of the largest private space ventures. It was no longer the domain of a single company, but of the international consortium Orion Dynamics, established by the world government. A mighty roar shook the air. From behind the descending clouds of dust and smoke emerged colossi, 7 massive transport rockets, each as tall as a skyscraper, with blazing pulsed ion engines that vibrated the ground for kilometers around. These were not traditional fuel rockets. Advanced magnetic systems and plasma jets allowed for reuse and minimized contamination, though the launch itself was still a breathtaking sight. The first 3 rockets, designated Hull 1 through Hull 3, carried gigantic, complex hull segments of the Pilgrim X2. Each segment was a hermetically sealed, cylindrical capsule hundreds of meters in diameter, resembling a futuristic battleship. The remaining rockets carried support modules, life support, propulsion, energy core, and Logos AI, the latter containing the heart of the ship's artificial intelligence. As the rockets rose majestically into the sky, satellite cameras and drones tracked their flight path with surgical precision, transmitting images in holographic resolution. People around the world watched as the capsules one by one lifted off the rocket stages, igniting their own, smaller maneuvering engines and delicately correcting their course toward geostationary orbit. The real wow effect, however, occurred in space. Waiting in orbit, like giant mechanical insects, were dozens of autonomous assembly units, Atlas series construction robots. These unmanned machines, solar-powered and equipped with precise laser manipulators, magnetic grippers, and plasma booms, were crucial to the success of the operation. Once the first hull module, Hull 1, had reached its designated position, the unfolding spectacle began. Like a giant piece of origami, the cylindrical capsule began to open. Armored panels slid away, revealing internal structures, giant trusses, steel beams, and conductive power lines. The folded arms slowly extended, like a flower unfurling in slow motion, revealing the space that would become the future ship's core. The same thing happened with Hull 2 and Hull 3, which positioned themselves side by side, forming the base for Pilgrim X2's main ring, a central, rotating section generating artificial gravity, so reminiscent of the Hermes concept. The Atlas robots immediately got to work. With surgical precision, they transported, positioned, and connected the enormous components. Gigantic lasers welded metallic joints, generating mesmerizing beams of light in the vacuum. Magnetic clamps held the panels securely together, and automated drills drilled holes for the containment systems. The screens displayed real-time connection diagrams, power lines lit up green upon successful connection, and the status of individual modules was displayed in a digital overlay. The culminating moment came when the Energy Core module was carefully transported.